Hello, everyone, and welcome. We'll just wait a few minutes before we get started. We'll wait a few more participants to join. All right, I think we'll get started and others will join in. Welcome, everyone. My name is Justin Tinsey. I'm the head of Odyssey Procure at Odyssey Energy Solutions. Great to be with you all on this Friday. We're excited to host this webinar today about one-stop shop affordable energy storage solutions with ATESS, Odyssey's partner in energy storage. So before I turn it over to our partners at ATESS, I'd just like to provide a little overview about Odyssey Procure and Odyssey as a company and how we can help your business with equipment procurement. So as many of you may know, Odyssey Procure is a part of Odyssey Energy Solutions. Odyssey Energy Solutions has been around over 5 years, and we have over 2,000 renewable energy companies in our network that we help with financing, equipment procurement, and operating of distributed renewable energy projects. We've facilitated more than 1.3 billion in financing across the world, and we run more than 37 financing programs, particularly with the focus on mini grids throughout the world, and particularly of those, we have a strong presence in Africa. And as I mentioned, we support more than 2,000 renewable energy companies. We are a one-stop shop platform for your project requirements. So we help with planning and forecasting with design tools on our platform. We help facilitate financing, both concessional and commercial financing. We help with procurement of equipment with all angles of procurement, as you will learn. And also we help with monitoring and controls of distributed renewable energy projects. At Odyssey Procure, we pride ourselves in offering the best price for the best equipment at the best payment terms. So we are able to offer best pricing through various partnerships, such as with ATESS, throughout different regions. With ATESS, we have best price guarantee throughout Africa. We can also offer better payment terms on orders of those pieces of equipment, as I will explain shortly. We can offer technical support, information on equipment, compatibilities, cycle life, company information, anything that can make your procurement process easier and more informed, both from a commercial angle as well as a technical angle. And we also offer operational supply chain support to help bring your equipment into the country. How can you engage with Odyssey? Well, you can do that by engaging with us on or offline. So we have an offline engagement whereby you can work with us on strategic things such as your supply chain. So if you're a company entering a new market, such as South Africa or Nigeria, and you don't have a presence there, then we can become your supply chain partners. That means we can handle everything from warehousing to paying your suppliers. So that engagement is done offline. We also have online engagement, which you can engage with us on by following this link, as you'll see throughout the presentation, and my colleague will post it here in the chat. And this allows you to access information on financing programs that we run, such as in Nigeria. It also allows you information on the OEMs and the partners that we have, such as ATESS. And also, it has information on specific product and which product qualifies for what we call better payment terms, where you could pay as low as 15% down or 10% in Nigeria if you're a member of the local renewable energy agency, and we would bring that equipment in for you, and you can pay us after arrival, as I will explain. So all of that information and details available. Also, past webinars and resources about equipment and trainings that Odyssey Procure has led is also available on this website. Very soon, we will also have features on this website that allow our partner companies to track their orders. So from fulfillment, from signing of PO, to bill of lading information, to other clearing documentation, that can all be found on our website. So one key initiative that Odyssey Procure has that we're very excited about is offering better payment terms for equipment. And so this is currently available in Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria. And it allows local companies to put 15% down payment. It allows payment in local currency. And then Odyssey will pay the supplier, such as ATESS, in full for the equipment or whatever their payment terms are. Usually it's 100% payment required before shipment. We pay that to the supplier. We import everything to the host country. We warehouse it. And then the client, the developer, the EPC, the installer would have 30 days to pay us that balance and pick it up from the warehouse. And so this really helps free up working capital for developers. This helps developers manage lead times because they can put smaller deposits down and then bring the equipment in, which can take as long as 4, 5, 6 months in the current supply chain environment. And so it will help with those lead times and working capital flows. And we handle all the logistics, and we can offer technical support and aftercare, such as with ATESS. In Nigeria, we have also started what we call forward procurement, where we, due to long lead times, we will purchase equipment with the intent to resell in those local markets. And so we currently have 175 UP5000 Pylon Tech batteries on order with Pylon Tech, available for pre-booking and purchase. So if that interests you, be sure to visit procure.odyssey.energy and let us know, and we can hold that equipment for you. We have a webinar, which I'll remind others on this webinar next month with our partners Longi, where we will be providing an overview of their products and solutions. So be sure to sign up for that webinar as well. So without further ado, I should say lastly, if you have questions about anything I presented, please feel free to book a meeting with us by following this link here. My colleague will also post it in the chat box, and we can discuss your specific project requirements, how we can help with your payment terms, and any of the other offerings that I listed. Now, it's with great honor that I like to introduce our partners. But before I do that, I'm joined here by Justin Zhang. Justin is the product manager at ATESS, based in Shenzhen, but also a frequent traveler across Africa. So it's great to have Justin here to present ATESS's solutions and products. But before I do that, a few administrative notes. If you have questions about anything Justin presents, please feel free to put them in the chat box at any point in the presentation, and we will address them at the end of the webinar. And so feel free at any time to ask a question, but they will not be addressed at that moment. They will be addressed at the end of the webinar. Also, if you have questions about pricing or anything like that, it will also not be addressed on this webinar because of the specialized nature of some of these solutions. So it will depend on each site, each geography, where the solution is required. But you can ask those questions to us offline, and we will happily prepare proposals for you. So that said, I would like to now show a brief few-minute presentation on ATESS and their strong company profile. I will say that before I do that Odyssey is delighted to have recently signed a framework agreement with ATESS that guarantees best pricing through Odyssey for ATESS product. We are also a technical representative of ATESS, so we can support with aftercare and commissioning and everything that Justin will discuss in particularly Nigeria, Kenya, and South Africa. But we do have a Pan-African arrangement, but those are the countries in which we have staff on the ground to avail local technical support. So we're delighted to launch this partnership via this webinar, and I will now show a brief video.
We have been installing and operating stably in more than 35 countries around the globe since 2017. ATESS works to deliver clean energy to every corner of the earth, with the purpose to make user-friendly, cost-effective products, save energy, reduce emissions, and lighten the burden for our Earth. ATESS produces and drives green tech through the technological innovation of our 50-plus engineer, strong R&D team. We have a comprehensive product portfolio with top-notch energy storage and EV charging technology. Our modern production line perfectly fulfills on-time delivery for customers, adhering to strict quality control. Series of tests are all carried out under rigorous procedures through R&D stage to manufacturing stage to ensure the flawlessness of every single piece of product. ATESS provides you an overall energy storage solution, also known as ESS, covers energy storage inverters and lithium battery to intelligent monitoring systems. Products are applicable to any 5 kilowatt to megawatt project, such as residential, C&I, or utility. Multiple working modes and customized service are available to your needs or scenarios. We supply the reliable, efficient, and bankable solution for you to enjoy green energy 24 hours a day, anywhere. Look at our
All right, I will leave it there, and I will now turn it to Justin. So please, Justin, over to you, and thank you very much.
Hello. Hello. Thank you, Justin, my brother. Hi, everyone. My name is also Justin, and he's my brother. Yeah, and I'm the big brother because I'm kind of looks older. Okay, thank you. And I'm going to share my screen for everyone. Okay. So this is Justin Zhang from my job will explain and introduce our product of ATESS. Okay, let's go. Now, from this product road trip, we can see we have two main battery inverters on our left side and our right side. So let's start from our left side. On our left side, we have the power conversion system. Normally, we call it a PCS. So PCS normally working with our PBD, the solar charge controller, and the bypass, the three-line transfer component. And also our left side, right side, we have the hybrid power system. Normally we call it the HPS. HPS, sometimes we have to work with our the ATESS as the accessories. So both of our battery inverters has to work with the battery. So that means we have our own battery, the level LFP battery with the DC cabinet. Okay, everything will on the monitoring with our envelope. Okay, I will explain all the products later. So energy storage application scenarios. ATESS products normally working for two scenarios majorly. Okay, one is small to medium commercial and industry, left side, and another one is medium to large commercial and industry. Normally, small to medium is good for our HPS, and medium to large is good for our PCS. Okay, for the medium to large commercial and industry solutions, we choose our PCS. We have our PCS 100 to 630 kilowatt, but we still have the PCS 1000. It can do the flexible configurations, okay, and seamless on-off grid transfer. I know that Nigeria is kind of the utility is very weak, so normally a lot of place is still on off grid. So that's why we are very focused on that. We can do off grid model. So also we can do seamless transfer between on and off grid. Okay, then the remove the DG control, because all the place we have the generator, diesel generator for backup. We need to connect to our system, and we can do that, and we also can control them. Okay, the parallel number up to 4 units. That means all of our PC guys can work along or parallel up to 4 units. That means if we choose our PCI 630 kilowatt times 4, let's do very simple calculation. We can do up to 2.5 megawatt. Okay, last one, and we also have a lot of the working mode. Okay, PC wise. So from our
Justin, sorry,
left the bottom side, we have the PC.
Justin, my friend,
yes,
my brother, please.
Yeah.
Two things. One is if you're going through the slides, we can only still see the first presentation slide.
Okay. Oh, okay. So how about
we
do like a small one, not the full screen?
Okay, now we can see you changing slides. No problem.
Okay.
And then two, we're having a little delay in your presentation, so you might want to go off video, just to make it smooth, even though you're looking good.
Okay, go out the video, right?
I think so. Yeah, let's try this.
How about that? How is everything go with that? Okay, cool.
It's
now, let's continue. Yeah. So let's see our PCS. Please have a look at our left bottom side. We have PCS 100 kilowatt, PCS 250 kilowatts, PCS 500 kilowatt, and the PCS 330 kilowatt. Okay, and our PCS is bi-directional battery inverters. That means we can converting from the DC to AC power, or we also can converting from AC to DC power. Okay, a lot of my clients ask me, hey Justin, why we do bi-directional? Because normally we need our AC power to charge our battery. That's why we need 2 ways. Okay, for example, we need our diesel generator in case sometimes to charge our battery. So we need two ways to converting our power. Okay, all of our PCS can working alone or combined. As I said, we can parallel up to 4 units if we need for a large applications. Okay, and everything, all the settings, all the reviews we can do on the screen. Okay, we can change our working model, we can change everything on our screen. Okay, next one is the transformer, installation transformer. Okay, for all of our PCS and HPS, we need the installation transformer. Okay, for PCS 100 and the PCS 250, our installation transformer already inbuilt. And for PCS 500 and the PCS 330, we needed the installation transfer external installations. Okay, and why? Why do we need our installation transformer? 3 reasons. First one, we need the N line, the neutral line for our AC side, because normally we only have 3 phases: phase A, phase B, and phase C in the inverter in the PCS. But for our AC side, because we're working for the commercial and industry, the big project, so we need a lot, the neutral line for AC side. Installation transformer will provide us the new line. Okay, the second one, because the harmonic. Please remember, there is an IGBT in the our PCS, the inverter. So the IGBT will create the 3rd time harmonic. We need our installation transformer to element the harmonic for the safety. Okay, the 3rd reason is electrical installations. Okay, electrical installations of the primary and the secondary sides, improving the safety and the protection. Okay, let's say one of our accessories of our PCS, PBD 250. We call it solar charge controller. Okay, it's the full name. So what did this do for the application? This is for connect to solar part, because our solar power cannot connect directly to our PCS. We need this solar charge controller. Okay, why? Because normally the solar power is very unstable DC power. We can't use it directly. We need this solar charge controller to change the unstable solar power to stable solar DC power. Then we can use the stable solar power to charge our battery or to convert into AC power to supply our load. Okay, now we have the PBD 250. That means the rated power is 250 kilowatt. Okay, and each PBD 250, we have up to 5 MPPTs. That means we can connect flexible, the array design, the PVs. Okay, and how many PBD we need normally in application? It really depends on how large of solar power you have. Okay, for example, if you have 1 megawatt solar power, solar panels, then very simple calculation, we need 4 of 250. Okay, next one, bypass, is another accessories of our PCS. Okay, bypass, the full name is same light transfer switching cabinet. Okay, and we have bypass 100, bypass 250, bypass 500, bypass 630, and bypass 1000. Okay, we call it the same light because all the transfer switching time is less than 10 milliseconds. Okay, we provide very stable and reliable power. Okay, then, so what will connect to our bypass? Our load, our grid, if we have, okay, our diesel generator, our battery, even our PV inverters, grid tie inverters, because we can seamlessly transfer all the supplies between them. Okay, not only one supply, all the supplies. Depends which one we have powerful. Okay, how to choose our bypass? Okay, from the rated power, we can see it's similar with our PCS. So when we choose our bypass, our rated power of bypass are equal or more than our rated power of PCS. Okay, for example, if we use our PCS 500, our bypass at least you need to choose 500 or more than 500. Maybe you can choose 630. Okay, it has to be equal or higher than the rated power of our bypass or our PCS. Okay, and how many bypass we need in application? It really depends on how many PCS we have. Okay, let's continue. Next one is a PV combiner box. Okay, it's for connect our PV. Okay, because we have plenty our PV strength, so we need our PV combiner box to combine them together. Okay, now we have the combiner box 8 channels and 16 channels. It depends on which one is suitable for your application. Okay, and we have the IP65 environmental protections, lighting protections, and also the communication is RS485. Okay, now let's say a typical PCS application. Okay, I will explain how we do the configurations for you. Okay, now let's say in the middle. For this application, we use a 2 PCS 500 parawatt. That means the peak load for this application is not larger than 1 megawatt. Okay, so our rated power of PCS has to be higher than the peak load of the application. Okay, and our installation transformer connect with our PCS. Then let's have a look with our left side. Our left side is our DC power side. Okay, all the power is DC power. Okay, from the PV panels, okay, to our PV combiner box, then connect to our PBD 250. In this application, we use 2 of the PBD 250. That means our PV DC power is 500 kilowatt. That means we need 2 of them. So if our PV power is 750 kilowatt, that means we need 3 of them. Then after that, we can see from the diagram is direct can charge our batteries or transfer to our PCS to convert into AC power. So let's have a look with our right side. Okay. After that, we use our these 2 our bypass 500. Otherwise, we also can use our bypass 630, 2 of them, or even we can just use the one bypass 1000. Okay. And depends the application. Okay, let's see this application we have the load. So everything is through our bypass. Okay, so our bypass will simulate transfer between them. Okay, 10 milliseconds. 10 milliseconds means your computer screen of your computer still open, never switch off. Okay, that is our 8 PCS. Let's move to the small to medium commercial industry solution. For this kind of solution, we will choose our HPS. Okay, our HPS 30 kilowatt to our HPS 150 kilowatt. Okay, and for the HPS, we have 2 standards, European standard and American standard. And I think for Nigeria, the European standard is quite enough. Okay, the full name for the HPS is the all-in-one high-volume inverter. Okay, why we call it all-in-one? Because for HPS, we don't need a solar charge controller, we don't need a bypass, everything we already built inside the HPS. Okay, we also can do seamless on and off grid transfer, 10 milliseconds, and automatic control our diesel generator. The problem number is up to 4 units. That means for our HPS 150, the largest one, 150 times 4 is 600 kilowatt. Anything larger than that, please use our PCS. Okay, programming working mode. Okay, HPS, we have HPS 30 kilowatt, 50 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt, 120 kilowatt, and 150 kilowatt. Plenty choice. Okay, It depends on the peak load of your application, your site. Okay, we can use it single or parallel, multiple units. Okay, parallel together, and also the maximum part number is 4 units, join off-grid mode. Okay, and HPS can also control our diesel generator by the dry connect output. Okay. The next one is a accessories of our HPS. Okay, we call it the automatic transfer switch. We only use it. Okay, we only use this ATESS when the transfer automatically between the grid and the diesel generator. If for application we only have diesel generator, we don't have grid, it's off-grid mode. Okay, we don't need ATESS. If the application we only have grid, okay, it's on-grid mode, but we don't have diesel generator, we also don't need this ATESS. Okay, let's say a typical HPS application. Okay, in the middle is our HPS 150 for this application. So that means the peak load of this application is not larger than 150 kilowatt. Okay, it has to be less than 150 kilowatt. From our left side is our DC side. We can see from this application, our PV DC power can directly connect to our HPS. That means the solar charge controller already built inside. Okay, so we can directly receive the DC power, then charge our battery. Okay, and for our AC side, for this application, because we either have the grid and the generator is on-grid application, and with the generator as a backup, we need our ATESS. Okay, the rated power of ATESS has to be equal or higher than the rated power of HPS. Okay, but as I said, if we only have one of them, okay, maybe we just have on-grid, no DG, we don't need that. If it is an off-grid project and with the diesel generator, we don't need that either. Okay, and also our HPS will supply the load directly. We don't need any machine or any product, any unit between them. Okay, let's see this picture. Okay, HPS equal to PCS plus bypass, okay, plus PVD. That's why we call it all-in-one hybrid inverter. Okay, but please remember, okay, the rated power of HPS is smaller than the rated power of PCS. They are working for the different scenario. Okay, small to large, commercial and industry, small to medium, commercial and industry, medium to large, commercial and industry. Okay, we can try by things small. Okay, start from the HPS. I will try. Okay, next one is our LFP battery. And for ATESS, we have from the battery cell to module to rig, cabinet. Then I will explain to you the better way is choose our battery container solution. Okay, LFP battery. Okay, we have our own self-designed 3-level BMS for our batteries. Level 1 is BMU, the battery mounting unit for the module. Okay, for the single module. Okay, level 2 is our battery processing unit for the whole rig. It's right on here. Okay, it will monitor and processing whole rigs. Level 3 is our MBMS system. Okay, when we have plenty of rigs, we will have a DC cabinet. And this level 3 system in our DC cabinet, and I will explain to you later. Okay, so that means we have 3-leveled BMS system for control of batteries. Okay, standard rig and modules, that means for the easy installation and the maintenance. And also we have the flexible custom made. Okay, from the 45 kilowatt hours to 107 kilowatt hours. And also we have 138 to 145. The largest one, we have 140 to 250 kilowatt hours. And we have the battery rig. Rig is AP20. We have to store it inside, or we have to store it in the container. And only for the 45T to 100T, we have the battery combiner, this one, okay? And this one is IP65. We can install it auto. Okay, let's see over the battery configurations. Okay, we have two types of the battery cell. Okay, I've studied plan from our left side. Okay, for this battery cell is the 3.2 voltage with only 100 amperage. Okay, and we can make two different modules. The first module is 76.8 voltage with only 100 average, and the second one is the voltage is 38.4 voltage with 200 amperage. But both of them, the battery energy is 7.68 kilowatt hours. Okay, we have two options, 0.5C or 1C charge and discharge. And we call this type of the battery is BC and BRT. BC means battery carbonate, BR means carbonate rig. Okay, this type of battery we call it BC or BRT series. Okay, then let's have a look and see from our right side. Our battery cell is 3.2 voltage with 280 amperage. Okay, it seems like this one is much larger than this one. Okay, for the module, the voltage is 51.2 and with 280 amperage. The battery energy is 14.336 kilowatt hours. That means this energy is the double time of this energy. We can say 14, that's 7. Okay, but for this module, we only have 0.5C charge and discharge. We don't have 1C option. Okay, and we call this type of the battery is BRR. We only have rig for this type of the battery. Okay, this is the battery master cabinet. Normally we call it the DC cabinet. When we need a DC cabinet, because when we have 3 rigs or more than 3 rigs, we need a DC cabinet to come them together. And we have the BMS system, the multiple battery management system already inbuilt in this DC cabinet. Okay, because when we have more than 3 rigs, we need to combine them together to multiple and control them together. So we need a control system and all the control system in this cabinet. Okay, and we have 2 types of this cabinet. One is 9 rig. One cabinet can connect multiple 9 rigs, and another one is 15 rigs. One cabinet we can connect multiple 15 rigs. Okay, let's introduce our ESS container solution. Okay, ATESS have 2 containers, 20 high C and 40 high C, 30 feet and 40 feet. Okay, there's the dimensions. And what in our containers? Air conditioning to keep everything, to all the batteries under the room temperature, 25 degrees. Smoking alarm, the detectors all over the containers, and the fire separations. Okay, because we need to take care of the fire. Okay, for the container, 20 high C, if we only put batteries, the maximum we can do is 1.7 megawatt. And for the 40 high C, if we only put our batteries, okay, no inverters, we can do is the maximum is 3.8, roughly, okay, roughly 3.8 megawatt. Okay, let's have a look what's inside our container. We have 2 options. Option 1, batteries with inverters together in a container. Okay, option 2, we can put all the batteries just in the container. Okay, let's say what inside our container. Okay, safety exit. There's a couple of safety exit and the lighting. Okay, all the lightings across the container, smoking detectives, and air conditioning to keep all the temperature under the room temperature 25 degrees, but it's only for the battery, because for the inverter side, we use the fan cooling, okay? The fire circulations, okay? Because everything, we need to take care of the safety, okay? Why we choose our container? Because first one is cost efficiency, okay? Easily install and maintain. The most important is plug and play, okay? You don't need to worry about all the cables in your application, because everything inside this container, cables, everything is already connected, okay? When you receive your container, you just plug and play. Very easy for you. Okay, that's two things we already built in our container. Why? Because safety always be our top priority. Let's move on. Okay, the last one I will introduce about is our analog. Analog is our monitoring system. Okay, all our products, our units is connect with our interlock. It's by the monitoring and our interlock. Okay, our interlock is a monobus RS485. Okay, communications, and for the each interlock device, we can up to 32 device connect. Okay, it's enough for your application. And after that, everything you can review from our website or even from our apps. Okay, you can download in your cell phone. Okay, let's move on to part 2, our case reference. Okay, this one is the off-grid solar farm in South Africa. Okay, we did this one in a couple years before, and let's have a look with the both side. This is our products in the container, 3 container product together, and this is what it looks like in the container. Okay, we have the motors and the batteries all in the container, and for this application, we can see from here is 1.5 megawatt. We use 3 PCS 500 parallel to do like 1.5 megawatt peak load. Then the battery energy system they need is 2.8 megawatt hours. Everything, the motors, okay, solar controller, batteries, everything bypass is in the 3 containers. Then let's move on. The next one, the mini grid system for village in Nigeria. Okay, this is a small application. It's only 150 kilowatt hours. Then we just use 1 HP as 150. That's enough for everything. We don't need a PVD. We don't need a bypass. Okay, and also for this application, they need 207 kilowatt hours. So everything just in this electricity room. You can see very simple. Few batteries and a DC cabinet with just 1 HP as 150. Okay, everything done. Supply the power. Then the next one is Kia. Okay, the PV panels on the roof is 500 kilowatt, the peak load. So we use the PCS 500. Then the battery capacity is 730 kilowatt hours. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. And today I just give everybody a very simple the product introductions. And if anybody want to know more about the ATESS products, also how to configuration for your project, please feel free to send my brother Justin all the case reference, all the informations, and he will forward to me. Okay, and I will provide all the solutions for you guys. Okay, thank you. My brother, please take the host.
Hey, thank you, Justin. Awesome. Wonderful presentation. Thanks so much. We are now moving into Q&A. So we've had some questions come in. So we encourage anyone in attendance to also ask more. There is a chat box that says Q&A. So feel free to just ask your questions there, and we will go through one by one. at least until the hour. And then if you have any questions, we can address them offline. Before we began, there was some kind of admin question about if this presentation would be available. And the answer is yes. The recording of this presentation, as well as the slides, will be available on the Odyssey Procure website. So my colleague posted at the beginning of the chat the link to the website, and we'll post it again for everyone now. But that's procure.odyssey.energy. You can access the site to see some of the data sheets and manuals and this recording and others. But you will need an account. An account is free, so feel free to sign up today and register with us. And after you register, a dedicated account manager will be assigned to your company. And feel free to ask that account manager any questions. Again, that this is all a free service of Odyssey Procure in an effort to help your business with procurement. All right, I'm moving into the questions. There's actually also a question here about MOQs. So I can try to answer that one, and feel free, Justin, to add any more to this. But there are no MOQs for different pieces of equipment, assuming unless you are going to be air freighting or sea freighting, then that can change the quantities. But there's no MOQs if you're ordering through Odyssey Procure. Of course, with some of the solutions outlined, they come at very larger quantities anyway, due to the nature of the solutions. Would you like to add anything there, Justin?
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Sure.
All good. All good.
Okay, let's give you some technical questions then. So we have a question here about ATESS monitoring system. So can the system outline, can it work with another or external monitoring systems using API?
The ATESS monitoring system can work with another or external monitoring system, but it has to be with the RS-485.
Okay.
Communication with RS-485. Yeah.
Okay. It has to communicate with the RS-485. RS-485.
Yeah, RS-485. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. And then another question here is, are the batteries themselves compatible with other inverters?
Actually, the ATESS HPS and the PCS is available to compatible with other batteries, okay, other company or the other brand batteries, but it has to be work with our BMS the system. For otherwise, we can communication and control the batteries, so we can do the charge and discharge. But for my opinion, it's better to use the same brand, the inverter and the same brand battery, because it's easy for the maintenance. Because it's different brand, you need to have the different brand people or engineer to maintain them. Okay. For second reason is always the communication and the technical connection is not that easy. Okay. Sometimes the same brand is already fixed for you. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Justin. Makes sense. Some follow-up questions to that would be, does that affect the warranty being offered if battery brands are different? And then a second question would be, could you name some of the brands you've worked with that are compatible with the BMS?
So far, I can give the brand is for Africa location. I think it's the Freedom One. Freedom One, the battery is has to work with us for like a couple years, maybe more than a couple years. So for other brands, normally almost the brand we can do the communication because under the protocol. probably more than 80% brand we can work together, but I can't guarantee that because we haven't tried that much.
Got
so,
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Justin. Now, can the now let's continue. So I believe this answers Mohammed's question there. So let's continue on this topic of compatibilities. Then, keeping you on the spot, Justin. So, can the batteries work with other inverters?
Also, it's the same question actually. The inverter with the different brand of battery and the battery with the different brand of inverter. Actually, it's the same, the similar question. It's all depends on the communication and the control, the BMS, the protocol. If everything can communication and control, everything should be fine.
Got it. Okay. Thanks, Justin. Continuing on some of the technical questions, what are the standard protocols used in communication with the BMS? Is it Modbus? Is it CAN bus?
Modbus.
Modbus.
Yeah,
okay.
Modbus.
Thanks. I can take the next question, and that is, does ATESS have a presence in Nigeria? Concerned with aftercare support service. Very fair question. Good question. The answer is yes, we do. Odyssey represents ATESS in Nigeria. And so we have technical support staff on the ground in Lagos, and maybe in the near future, Abuja, that can help with all aftercare. And we can even be there during commissioning if need be. So rest assured, and then we are in discussions with ATESS of opening a wider kind of training technical service center, which ATESS has in South Africa, where Odyssey also has a presence. Anything to add, Justin?
No.
Okay. And I think you have already answered this one, but maybe just slightly worded differently. Have your solutions been have they communicated with any other PCS or inverter?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Have your solutions communicated with any other PCS or inverter?
No. Normally our batteries not work with other brand the inverters. Our battery only work with our inverters.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. Okay. I think we're addressing all of the Q&A questions here. If there's anyone in the audience that had not asked questions, or you have more technical questions, please align with us offline. Where the Odyssey team is an extension of Justin and the ATESS team out of Shenzhen. However, we can also connect you with the ATESS team and take a deep dive to any related technical questions. So I think with that said, I just want to remind everyone that you can find more information on ATESS products on the Odyssey Procure website shared. You can find the specific equipment that qualifies for a Better Payment Terms initiative, which is an initiative where 15% down payment can be paid for equipment, and then balance 85% can be paid after arrival in Nigeria, Kenya, or South Africa. And then recently announced in a partnership with the Renewable Energy Agency of Nigeria, if you are a member of that agency, you can pay as low as 10% down and balance 90% within 60 days of arrival in Nigeria, which means if lead times for the equipment are months before shipment and at sea and clearing, then we can help with your working capital requirements and supply chain for a period of 4 to 5, 6 months. So thank you so much, Justin. Thank you to the ATESS team for your attention. Thank you all out there for joining. And we look forward to hearing from you and learning which projects we can help you with.
I'm always here for you.
Thank you, Justin. Awesome. Great. Feel free to schedule a meeting with us in the link that's shared in the chat box. So if you want to set up a meeting, technical or commercial discussion, we're here for you, either with Odyssey or with ATESS or both. No problem. We'd love to hear about your project and how we can help. All right, everyone. Thank you and have a great weekend. Happy Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a good Friday.